the person you see today that seems, oh, she's so confident and, just has a great mindset and she's strong. This is because I did exactly what I'm telling you to do. I didn't have the balls or guts to do a podcast or write a book years ago because I lived under someone else's control. I tried to appease others. I held back from being my true self because I didn't want to, upset someone. I didn't want to be called stupid or whatever. And I wasn't even following my dreams. So this is coming from a person who has been in your shoes if you are the person that's not being true to yourself. Hello, everyone. Janna here, and thank you for tuning in to Revive with Janna. So, what is the secret to living authentically, right? It seems like it would just be so easy to just be your authentic self and do what you want to do, love who you want to love, and not really worry about if that appeases everyone, right? But it's not. It's not easy. And, you know, I myself know that struggle, right? And because being my authentic self always seemed to bother people. And it wasn't easy to do. I could do it alone or with my best friend but I could never be that me around other people. And oftentimes it was just because I felt absolutely uncomfortable, because you have these negative tapes that play in your head from the people that have criticized you, and it stems from our childhood, right? And being able to step into your authentic self and live authentically, you first and foremost have to shatter your limiting beliefs, right? You got to cut those invisible chains and you got to figure out what created them first. And you got to go back to your childhood and you got to trace those steps. And until you do that, until you forgive, it's really, really hard to do because there's that part of you that has a defense mechanism that has this voice playing in the back of your head that's like, you know, you're acting stupid or that's dumb or you're goofy or you're too loud or you cuss too much or, you know, whatever that is, whatever those negative labels are that you took a long, long time ago. And so in order to step into your authentic self, you're going to have to do a lot of healing. And, I could always be myself around those that I was the closest with, to a point, except, in my last marriage, because I definitely was told how dumb I was, right? And there's so many beautiful things that come with healing, but the secret of living authentically is to do the healing. That's the secret. You have to do the healing. You have to first and foremost forgive yourself, forgive all those that hurt you, forgive what didn't work out, let go, surrender. And you got to find your own happiness. You have to create your own happiness. You can no longer attach anything to an outcome that isn't from an external source, right? I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll be happy when I'm married. I'll be happy when I have those friends. I'll be happy when I have that job, that promotion, that house, that car. I'll be happy when that's attaching, my friends. You will be happy when you first and foremost create your own damn happiness yourself, because when you create your own happiness, no one can take it from you. Not one thing. When things go wrong in your life, when you don't get the car, when you don't get the relationship, when you don't get the job, none of it matters because you create your own happiness and you create it from within. And, you know, when you do attach your happiness, it's always in front of you and you might not ever get it because you don't know it's going to work out. You're putting it on something that is not 100% guaranteed and that can fail at any time. And why would you do that? Why do you want to live your life that way? If you think that you will only be happy when you have certain friends, a relationship, a job, when you look a certain way, when you lose the weight, when you have so much money, then you, my friend, have a lot of healing to do. And you got to figure out, why is that? What is it that I need that I feel I need to prove. And you got to stop attaching your happiness. So that's the first thing. You got to stop attaching happiness, and you got to love yourself, love every little part of you, all of your uniquenesses. And when you do that, you actually have a true confidence and not false confidence anymore. And you create boundaries. When you create boundaries, those emotional vampires that are in your life, the people that are using you for the fake version of you, they don't like the new version of you. They don't like your authenticity. They don't like your boundaries. It threatens them. On it shines a light on who they really are, right? On their toxicity. And so these are the secrets into living an authentic life, into the secret to living authentically. It is to do the healing, do the inner work. It's the only way you can be authentic, because until then, you're just kind of a watered down version of you, or the version you think that, well, that's who they need me to be because that makes them happy and I don't want to let them down. Hey, guess what? You don't want to let yourself down. And you're letting yourself down by not doing the work and not doing the healing. And you'd be like, well, gosh, Janna, every episode, it's like, well, what's the secret? And you're always going to say healing. But my friends, your mindset is the foundation to every other success in life. And you cannot have an unbreakable mindset until you shatter those limiting beliefs and become who you're meant to be. It is the only way. Been there, done that. And this is how you get true freedom. True freedom. You're not in this cage anymore. You're not behind these bars of lies and negative labels that are really not who you are. You're not hiding anymore. You're not trying to appease anyone. You're living the life you want to live. You're loving who you love. You're friends with real people who truly unconditionally love you. You're following your passions. I know that sounds good to you. It's like, well, when I get this, when I get that, well, I got to do this for a few more years for my parents and da, da, da. I get it. You don't want to let people down. But at the end of the day, just like they say, when you're on the flight and you're about to take off, you got to put your oxygen mask on first. You don't want to let yourself down first and foremost. Hey, yeah, I'm a mom of 3 kids. I get it. It's not selfish. It is selfish to not put yourself first. When you put yourself first, you are the best version of yourself. And then you can better help others. And it's kind of amazing what happens when you stop doing all the, well, I got to help them out. I got to do this for them. I don't want to let them down. You're just enabling those people. They're going to find someone else to do that, you know? And maybe these people don't even know that you're holding yourself back in order to help them, and those that love you, if you tell them, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, absolutely go do that. Follow your dreams. But to truly live your authentic life, you got to be honest, and you got to be honest with yourself. That's who it is. You don't need anybody's permission. The secret to living this authentic life is not just the healing, right? It's not just shattering the limiting beliefs. It's not just creating your own happiness. It's not just loving yourself and approving of yourself. It's also setting boundaries, right? It's also stepping into your purpose. It's also saying no when you need to say no, and being honest with people. What do you really think? What is your true opinion? You'll see the world so much different when you transform your mindset and you heal. It's night and day. I don't know if there's words for me to even describe it, right? Other than freeing, freedom, powerful, strong, confident, unwavering confidence. And don't mistake confidence for egotistical or narcissist. Even a person that's very egotistical isn't a narcissist, but true confidence is the opposite of what any narcissist or egotistical person is. I am truly confident in a lot of things in life, and I have confidence in myself and in my abilities, and I never had that before these last few years, ever. I was confident in being a mom. I was confident that I can depend on myself, but I was never confident in just my ability to just overcome and be what I meant to be and do what I meant to do, and my voice, and to share what it is that I need to share, and not be like, well, what are they going to say? Nobody's going to like it. It's going to be stupid. No, I don't do that anymore. I don't give a shit. The right people are going to be attracted to my voice and my work and in the way that I say things and the way I teach. And I don't want to be, I don't want to be everyone's cup of tea, right? That's just too much. That if I'm everybody's cup of tea, that means that I am blending in. That means that I am letting myself down. That means I'm not being authentic. Start sharing your true opinion. Stop letting people talk for you. Stop letting people interrupt you and speak for you. Stop letting others' opinions and stronger disposition control you. Get out of these toxic friendships and relationships. It's not easy, but you got to ask yourself, is it difficult because you just don't want to lose that friend? Right? You're just like, well, I know. Like, if you know for sure somebody's going to not want to be your friend when you're honest with them, why the fuck do you want them in your life, anyways? Why do we often struggle so much to appeal to others? You know, I just don't get that. I don't get it one bit. And I really think that be true to yourself, be true to yourself, speak your honest opinion, and say what it is that you really think. And don't hold back anymore. Every time you feel a fear of, well, I probably shouldn't say that, or no, just say it. Step out of your comfort zone. And until you're true to yourself and you're honest with yourself and you set some boundaries and you do the healing and you create your own happiness and you don't depend upon others or any external source to make you feel loved or happy or confident or seen, you cannot live authentically. The secret, the secret, my friends, to living authentically is to just be authentic. You cannot be authentic if you are living in the past, living with a defense mechanism, a negative tape in your head, negative labels. You gotta get rid of it. You gotta do the healing. And I promise you it's rewarding. It's so rewarding. And I don't know why people are really scared of healing, right? Or they just don't really understand it. So I always try to record plenty of episodes on it. But honestly, my book, my number one bestseller, Unfuck Your Mind, by shattering limiting beliefs to become who you're meant to be, that book will be your guide, your footprint to stepping into your purpose and living authentically, your guide to healing. I very clearly describe, and when you read the reviews, they speak for themselves. But I very clearly describe in my book and share in depth and do not hold back what it was like growing up, so you can see how my limiting beliefs were formed, what it looked like to live with them, how they affected me, the consequences of them, and the two major catalysts into change and what it looked like, what it entailed, what I did. I did not hold back. And then I share what it looks like to live free without limiting beliefs, without invisible chains. And the person you see today that seems, oh, she's so confident and, just has a great mindset and she's strong. This is because I did exactly what I'm telling you to do. I didn't have the balls or guts to do a podcast or write a book years ago because I lived under someone else's control. I tried to appease others. I held back from being my true self because I didn't want to upset someone. I didn't want to be called stupid or whatever. And I wasn't even following my dreams. So this is coming from a person who has been in your shoes if you are the person that's not being true to yourself. I know my footprint that I share in my book works. I know this is true. I've witnessed it. I've seen it happen in others. And if I could have others share and feel what I feel inside and that freedom of just being your authentic self, I would. And the only way I know to do it is by sharing it in my work. My friends, you each have one life to live. That's it. You want to live authentically. You owe it to yourself. What are you waiting for?